Planning to visit Japan for the first time? Well, you're in for a treat. This fascinating country, with its unique blend of traditional customs and cutting-edge technology, is sure to leave you spellbound. But it's also a place that can be a bit overwhelming for first-time visitors. Fear not, we're here to guide you through it. From understanding the culture to navigating the transport system and even decoding the local cuisine, we've got you covered. Stay with us for the best tips to make your trip to Japan unforgettable. Japan is a country rich in tradition and culture. As we journey together through the land of the rising sun, it's vital to understand the cultural nuances that make Japan so unique. One of the most recognized traditions in Japan is the act of bowing. It's not just a polite gesture, but an integral part of communication, expressing respect, gratitude, and even apology. Remember, the deeper and longer the bow, the stronger the emotion or respect being conveyed. Now let's talk about shoes, or rather, where not to wear them. In Japan, it's customary to remove your shoes before entering a home, and sometimes even restaurants and traditional inns. This practice is deeply rooted in the belief of keeping the inside clean and separating the external world from the home. Spot a row of shoes at the entrance? That's your cue to do the same. Moving on to punctuality, a value that is deeply ingrained in the Japanese society. Whether it's a business meeting or a casual dinner date, being on time is considered a sign of respect for the other person's schedule. In fact, if you're traveling by train, you'll find them arriving and departing with an accuracy that could put a Swiss watch to shame. Understanding and respecting these cultural norms will not only make your trip smoother, but also enrich your experience. So, the next time you find yourself in Japan, remember to bow, remove your shoes, and never be late. A few phrases of the local language can go a long way. When you're exploring a new country like Japan, knowing a handful of key phrases can really enhance your experience. Not only does it show respect for the culture, but it also makes navigating your way around a lot easier. So let's start with the basics. Arigato means thank you. It's a simple yet powerful word that can be used in any situation. Next, sumimasen is the Japanese way of saying, excuse me. Whether you're trying to get someone's attention or apologizing for a minor inconvenience, this phrase is a must-know. Then there's Tare wa doko desu ka, which translates to, where is the bathroom? This phrase might just be your saving grace after trying out all the delicious Japanese cuisine. Lastly, tasukete kudasai, which means, can you help me, is essential for those unexpected moments of confusion or trouble. These phrases will surely come in handy during your trip. Japan has one of the most efficient transportation systems in the world, a testament to their technological prowess and meticulous nature. Let's delve into how you can navigate this complex yet fascinating network. First up, we have the Suica or Pasmo cards. These are prepaid smart cards that you can use on practically all forms of public transport across Japan. From trains and buses to even some taxis, the Suica or Pasmo card is your ticket to seamless travel. You can easily recharge these cards at stations, and they also double up as a form of contactless payment at convenience stores. Now let's talk about etiquette. Japan is a country that values manners and respect. In public transportation, it's important to observe silence and avoid phone calls. Seats at the ends of each carriage are prioritized for the elderly, pregnant women, and people with disabilities. Remember, when in Japan, do as the Japanese do. Navigating the subway system in Tokyo can appear daunting at first. With over 200 stations and multiple lines, it's easy to get lost. But fear not, there are English signs and announcements in all stations and trains. Plus, there are numerous apps that can guide you with real-time information and directions. And there you have it. Navigating Japan's transportation doesn't have to be an intimidating task. Mastering these tips will make your travel within Japan a breeze. Japanese cuisine is more than just sushi and ramen. It's an art form, a cultural treasure, an explosion of flavors that's sure to tantalize your taste buds. Now, when you're in Japan, you'll want to get your chopsticks on some traditional dishes. First on the list is sashimi. These thinly sliced raw fish and seafood are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also incredibly fresh and flavorful. Next is tempura, a dish of seafood or vegetables that have been battered and deep-fried to golden perfection. Crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, it's a sensory delight you wouldn't want to miss. And how can we forget yakitori? These skewered grilled chicken pieces, seasoned with a sweet and savory sauce, are a popular street food. Delicious and easy to eat, they're perfect for a quick bite while exploring the city. Now, let's talk etiquette. When eating noodles, it's perfectly acceptable to slurp. It's a sign that you're enjoying your meal. And remember, never stick your chopsticks vertically into a bowl of rice. It's considered disrespectful. Lastly, don't be afraid to try natto. These fermented soybeans might be an acquired taste, but they're a staple in Japanese breakfasts. With these tips, you are sure to have a gastronomic adventure in Japan. Japan is an amazing country with a lot to offer. With its rich culture that seamlessly merges tradition with innovation, there's something for everyone. The key to truly enjoying your first trip to Japan is understanding and respecting the culture, which is as fascinating as it is unique. Being able to communicate in basic Japanese phrases will not only make your journey smoother, but also help you connect with the locals. Japan's transportation system may seem complex at first, but once you master it, you'll find it to be one of the most efficient in the world. And let's not forget the culinary delight that is Japanese cuisine, a veritable feast for the senses, combining a multitude of flavors and textures. So whether you are visiting the cherry blossom-adorned parks in spring or the snow-capped mountains in winter, every season brings with it a different facet of this magnificent country. Remember these tips, and you are bound to have an unforgettable experience in Japan. Safe travels.